going on, everybody? So welcome to our latest stream. We have a special stream today, which is going to be with the CTO of Hashtiv. Well, his name is Niah Mason, but I also call him Niah Busa. We're going to have him on today to discuss ICOs and cryptocurrency. So this particular stream is sponsored by Hashtiv. So are you there, Niah? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to have you back. It's been a while since we have you had you on the stream or whatever the case may be. So thank you for coming back. How's things been with you?
Oh, it's been crazy. We've been extremely busy. The Hashtiv's been growing users, keeping us very busy, making improvements and things like that. And since launching this ICO, it's taken up a lot of time.
Also, you guys are busy in the lab. Well, that's good. As long as you guys are busy, that means things are moving along fine. So let's get to this. We have a lot of people having this conversation about like cryptocurrency, something about Bitcoin and all these other. I think this is where we're going, and Hashtiv has its own direction in the cryptocurrency market. So first thing, for our audience who's new to this, the first thing they want to know is, what is Hashtiv? So before we even start, that's my first question to you. What is Hashtiv?
Okay, so Hashtiv is our social media platform that we built with the user in mind, so that we have a more, what can I say, simplified process with the social media that we think everybody's going to like going forward. We're tackling a lot of problems that others have had, and we think we have some great and really innovative ways to solve those problems. But it's our own social media platform.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So if we've already gone through this prior in our other podcasts that we had. If this is your social media platform, then why go into the direction of cryptocurrency if this is your focus for a social media platform?
So a large part of it is doing with the initial technology of the blockchain and what it allows us to do with information, security, and all of this type of stuff. What we've decided is, if we launch our own cryptocurrency, it allows us to reach, or allows everyone to, have a worldwide connection when it comes to the currency.
Okay. So now, speaking of the currency, what is cryptocurrency?
All right, so we got to go back a little bit. I'm going to try not to get too technical with it.
All right, layman's terms.
Yeah. Initially, it started with, oh wait, give me one moment. I'm getting a feedback here.
Do you have the stream running at the same time?
I don't think so. Thought I closed. There it is. Okay, I got it. All right.
Okay. All right.
So most people hear cryptocurrency, they automatically think Bitcoin, right? So you go back, and initially the way this was started was, you had someone, most people immediately think about this guy named Satoshi Nakamoto, who put out a paper on a tech blog about how this could work. That was around 2007. By 2008, he then put the software out that allowed Bitcoin to work. But there's an important distinction between Bitcoin and blockchain. Blockchain is basically what the Bitcoin runs on. The Bitcoin is like the application. So it's like Windows, and Bitcoin is Microsoft Word or Excel. It's an application running on that blockchain. And it's a form of virtual currency that literally anyone in the world can access and use. They just need to obtain a wallet, and then they go to an exchange and buy their Bitcoin and start using it. So, this initially started 2008, 2009 is when the Bitcoin was actually released. And it was initially adopted on the dark net, being used on the dark net. That's the secret that, or not necessarily the secret, but
the deep web.
yeah, the nasty thing that, scares a lot of people when they hear Bitcoin. It was used for a lot of bad things, but like any great technology, it can be used for good or bad. So it was initially basically sustained on the dark net. That's where its value kind of grew. It started out at $1 for one. It went down, and that was the life cycle there. An interesting story about Bitcoin. Back in the day, there was actually a guy who was mining Bitcoin in the early days, and he paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas from a pizza shop. 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. Can you imagine what that is worth now?
Yeah.
So, nobody would have guessed something like that. But anyway, moving forward, it was kind of dormant. Only those really into tech and stuff like that knew about it. And then in 2013, the media and the news got a hold of it, and it exploded. That's when the price shot up to $1,000+. And then everybody got it
per coin?
For one coin. One coin. So that 10,000 went up 1,000-fold.
Whoa.
So, yeah. And then pretty much from there, Bitcoin is pretty much mentioned in the news every single day. It's a relevant form of currency now that everyone is hearing about and getting into now. Yeah. So that's basically what the cryptocurrency is.
Okay, you had mentioned something, blockchain. What's that?
So backing up, the blockchain is the actual operating system that Bitcoin runs on. Now, for me to explain blockchain, it would take a lot longer and it would get very technical. But let me give you the simplest version I can. It's a system, it's a form of software that is running on millions of computers worldwide. People volunteer to run the software. The software communicates with every system to confirm the information. So no one can actually hack the blockchain, so to speak. If one person were to do something incorrect or inappropriate with it, all of the other systems would know that that is not correct, and they would not accept that information. So it's a unmoderated form of software that can be trusted because everyone is in control of it, but no one actually controls it. If does that make sense?
It comes off more like a peer review.
Yes, exactly. It's a peer-to-peer system, actually. So yes, that's pretty much, exactly what you're saying there, a peer review type of system. All of the computers are saying, hey, is that transaction legitimate? Well, based on what I had before, it seems legitimate. And then they say yes. That's basically how the blockchain works. And it's not just for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is what made it popular, but the blockchain can be used for a lot of different things when it comes to the healthcare system, all kinds of things. And this is going to happen. They are all implementing this type of technology. Healthcare, the governments, Putin just met back earlier this year with the inventor of Ethereum to discuss basically switching their currency to a cryptocurrency. And I mean, this is something that can change the voting system, that can improve the voting system and make it pretty much, fail-proof, cheat-proof.
Okay, so yeah. I have a question now, and this is for all us gamers out here. Where's our, how can gamers benefit from this cryptocurrency? Is there like a e-coin, so to speak, for gamers? Or how can we get involved? If you ever thought about something like that.
Right. So here's the issue there. In order for anyone to get involved in anyway. There are a lot of different virtual currencies out there and cryptocurrencies out there, but in order for anyone to get involved, it needs to be mainstreamed, and it's not really mainstreamed. The major companies and businesses aren't accepting it like that and exchanging it. Some are. Microsoft accepts Bitcoin, but how many people buy anything from Microsoft other than basically gamers and things like that? We're the only ones that are going to go and buy something directly from Microsoft. That's usually the new game that's coming out.
That's my point, though. There's gamers.
Right.
See, the whole thing, when you talk about cryptocurrency and I'm listening to the whole thing, I'm like, this looks like to be the gamers' money. This is money for gamers. Since we're always interacting with some form of technology, this is our form of money. Because I hear a little bit about Bitcoin and ICOs and cryptocurrencies and all that other stuff, and I know there's a lot of things regarding data mining and whatnot. But it requires someone to be in front of their computer for a very long time, making sure that they're, putting that information together, mining the information. Let's call it mining the information. What if there was another way where we can game the information? Just like how they're mining the information with calculations, what if we do gaming? And the gaming is a form of mining to add the value behind a currency made for gamers. Is that possible?
That's pretty technical. So here's the thing. That's going back more to the blockchain and less about the currency. What gives the currency value is basically what's backing it and the amount of it that's available. So to relate that to why Bitcoin is worth $5,000 right now, it has a lot to do with the amount that is available in circulation and how bad people want it and how exchanges work. Exchange is where people go in to exchange money. So if you go to another country or something like that, then you would basically go to an exchange to take your, for instance, US dollar to get their currency. It's the same thing with the internet exchanges. You take your US dollar and buy, say, Bitcoin, something like that. And then when you go to buy it, you're not buying it from the exchange when you're dealing with the internet ones. You're buying it from other people that have it. So everyone gets to put up what they want to sell it for. The price basically goes up because if it's, let's say the average is $500 right now, and I want to sell some Bitcoin, I'm trying to make some money, I sell it for $501. So when you buy, you're basically buying from me at that price. But the next guy wants to make a little more money, he's going to put it up for $502. And vice versa. If someone is willing to sell it for less, they put it up at a lower price. Problem is, as people see it going up, they want more and more, so the price keeps going up. Occasionally, there's something that happens and the price takes a dive. But
that can't be helped.
But with a sure, a more reliable system and something that like Bitcoin that's this popular, basically it will always go up. There are times when it dives $200, $300, $500, but in the grand scheme, in the long term, it goes up. And you don't invest in these kind of things hoping to make the money back tomorrow or next week.
No,
it's more of a long-term thing. So, yeah. So that's basically, I think, when it comes to something like gaming, adapting it, we need something to put a value behind it. And so far, because a lot of businesses haven't adapted it, it basically makes it a little hard to do that. A lot of these businesses are afraid of the fact that there's a lot of anonymity behind it. No one, you can make a purchase with Bitcoin without anyone knowing who you are. So that basically, scares a lot of businesses away.
The reason why I brought the whole gaming thing up, because when you brought up the whole, when in explaining the blockchain and cryptocurrency and stuff like that, Nintendo has this program, this rewards program, My Nintendo Rewards program, and like they've changed it over the years. Like, you could answer questionnaires which were a part of their customer care to help them improve the next game that they put out and whatnot. And they would give you these virtual coins, and those virtual coins could be used to purchase Nintendo swag, or there's this thing called Loot Crate, and they give away all these things for gamers and stuff like that. Nintendo been invented that since back in the days of Nintendo Power and stuff like that, and the system still runs to this day. Every time I buy a game for my Nintendo Switch, like I bought Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I bought just recently bought Mario Odyssey. Like, I noticed that when I go to my Nintendo account, my Mushroom Kingdom silver coins and gold coins are going up, and I can use that to purchase things from Nintendo directly. So when I say that, that's like a could that be used as an example of a cryptocurrency, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean that's very much so a large part of how it works. You know, the Bitcoin is mined. You know, cryptocurrency is mined, and it's a matter of you offering up some of your computing power to process these transactions. And that's essentially the same thing that they're doing. They're asking you for information, and they're rewarding you with their currency. The downside is that that currency they're giving you is only used with them.
It's proprietary. It only works within in their actual their financial system. Okay, well then, you know what we need to do, and this will be for another time. We can have this discussion another time. We need to find a way to get gamers to be able to mine stuff so we can get our own money. But let's move on. Okay.
You know, there's a lot of things that are going in that direction, and just recently, upcoming. There's another fork in the Bitcoin. Obviously, this is very technical and stuff, but they're trying to switch to a new software system that will allow miners to use GPUs to allow more people to mine on. Basically, okay, the best term I could come up with is weaker computers. You know, you don't have a $5,000 computer. So considering the power of gaming systems now, I actually wouldn't be surprised if something comes up like that, a mining game, where you play the game and it's mining the currency. You know, that could be a possibility. Let's go ahead and copyright that before somebody grabs that.
Minecraft, the cryptocurrency version, like cryptocurrency edition. Hey man, you never know. Building virtual worlds. A whole bunch of people with Minecraft building virtual worlds to create a virtual planet. And in that, amen. Amen. You never know.
Let me back up.
All right.
There is things like Second Life. I mean, you know about Second Life. You remember the big Second Life story with the lady that bought up a bunch of land in Second Life that basically cost nothing at the time, and then sold it for millions of dollars. And I've played Second Life, and when you find your niche in that game, the thing that you like about it, you can get pretty addicted. I used to raise horses in Second Life and sell them for real money. I still have a horse in there that I could easily go and sell for, at least back when I was playing 5 years ago, I could sell it for $500. It was that rare.
Wow.
So, I'm getting the virtual currency in there that I can exchange for real money. And that value I'm giving you is real money value. It was worth $500 then. So, yeah, but of course back then cryptocurrency was also in its infancy. One of the first ways that you could get cryptocurrency was through buying Second Life lindens is what they call it, the credits in there, and then using that to buy Bitcoins because of the, you know, people not wanting to accept and things like that. But it's opened up way bigger than that now, so it's a lot easier to get it now.
Okay. All right. So I have another question. I have a couple more for you. But what is an ICO? Tell our audience what's an ICO, a token, a coin. What is that?
Okay. So ICO stands for Initial Coin Offering. So you kind of want to compare an ICO to an IPO or a crowdfunding system. All right.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the IPO, that's regulated by the government when you buy stocks, right? So by the time you or I can buy into an IPO, buy into a company, they have already had billions of dollars that have gone through them, and the government has gone through and all this stuff. And, you know, you're not getting in on the ground level, right? You're getting in after, and then these companies, before they go public, They have the private sales that let the other big companies buy in, and then you get what's left. And whatever you have is basically based on how well that company does going forward. When you go to crowdfunding like Kickstarter, that's basically you sending them money saying, hey, I want to help out your project. Now, if you only send a little bit, you usually don't get anywhere from nothing to, depending on what it is. Let's say it's a physical item. They're inventing a new, let's say, drone, because there's a million Kickstarters for different drone tech out now. But let's say that. Usually for a little bit of money, you're not going to get anything. You're just helping them make it because you think it's a cool thing and you want to see it come to life. But if you donate a lot of money, maybe you get an early release of the drone or a discounted version or something like that. But let's say it's a virtual product like a video game. You can usually get something like early access to the game. So that's kind of how crowdfunding works. But the value of what you have, when it comes to crowdfunding, isn't really going to go anywhere. You know, it's that really based on a product. And when it comes to an IPO, that's based on how the company does. And you can only sell that IPO back on the stock exchange to other people buying IPOs. That's really all that's used for, is buying back and forth. Now, when it comes to ICO, the initial coin offering, right? There's a little bit of tricky terminology. You got the coin, you got the token, okay? So the token is what you basically give out as a placeholder. Okay, say, here's your token. You paid whatever for this token, and whatever we claimed it's gonna, do, it should do. Now, the problem with these ICOs is there are a lot of scams out there because people don't understand, and they're getting these tokens, and they don't really understand what is this token supposed to be worth, right? They're not under any obligation to do anything with it. Now, the coin is the cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency means it's going to be on the exchanges. So at the very least, it's on an exchange where you can give it to other people, use it to buy things, exchange it back and forth, and things like that. But with the token, there's not really any of that. Now, it all depends on the system and what they're doing. The first ICO was Mastercoin. They're not super popular, so I'm going to go with the second, which most people know about, is Ethereum. Ethereum was the second one, and when they did their ICO, which is literally an ICO, an initial coin offering, you were buying Ethereum, the coin, and it was being sold for 35 cents for one. So that's where the ICO comes from, that starting area there. Now, one Ethereum is worth around $300. So if you had bought one Ethereum for 35 cents back, I can't remember what year it was. It's not that long ago, maybe 4 years, 5 years ago, something like that. You would have $300. So let's say you spent $35, right? You'd have $30,000 plus dollars right now. So this is what people think they are getting when they get into an ICO, when they buy an ICO. Everybody thinks that this is what's happening. They're going to buy this now. It's going to cost a little bit of money. And then in a few years, they're in the Bitcoin market. They're making the big dollars because it blew up. The reality is 90% of the time, that does not happen because there is no value. There's no value. There's nothing backing it. There's no system. People are just putting out these things and saying, hey, guys, this is what we want to do. Buy our token, and you're basically crowdfunding them. So when you go on ICOs, you're going to see terms like initial crowd sale, initial crowdfunding, token sale, all this different stuff. But
stuff that people won't even know, stuff that people are not even aware of what they actually mean. It's almost like they're indemnifying themselves and say, listen, the money that you're invested to get this coin does not necessarily mean that the value will appreciate over the years and that you will profit from it.
Exactly.
Got him.
It means very little to nothing. There's nothing backing it whatsoever. and there's no real way for them to really make that happen. So for anyone looking at an ICO, you definitely need to do your research. Do your research and literally ask the question, what am I getting for this token or coin? How is it going to get better? How is it going to make me money? Unless you generally just want to donate your money to them for a good cause,
well, then
you need to know this.
Then let me ask you a question. Okay, so Hashif, social media platform, tried to connect it to technology and entertainment sector in a vast array. The good thing about you guys is that you're diverse, right? And versatile in your business practices. So you guys are not stuck in any one particular sector. How, so it's a two-part question. If Hashif is getting into cryptocurrency, what value is their cryptocurrency going to be based on what? And what do we get out of it if we were to get into your cryptocurrency?
Okay. So let me first explain a little bit about social media, just to start with. Most people just use social media to go up there and post what they're eating and what they did in a game and stuff like that. You know, that's a large portion of the population. You know, hey guys, I'm out at the beach today, check me out. That's most of it. But there is the other part of social media that is where the money comes in when you're hearing these big numbers thrown around by Google and Facebook and things like that, is the advertising. Because now, with the internet and the reach of the internet, everybody can be in business from home. If they're not making something with their hands or doing some form of entertainment. I mean, I literally just heard a story on the news about a woman on Instagram that takes pictures of her feet daily, and she makes $70,000 a year.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There was the news probably 2 years ago about a woman who quit teaching to do twerking videos on YouTube, and she makes like it was like $50,000 a year.
That's on World Star Hip Hop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know about that.
Everybody knows about that. Yeah, so I mean, and I'm just saying that to say how crazy it is, but of course there are people doing legitimate things. There are gamers that are putting out gaming content and making money off of it. You know, so everybody
that's what I'm saying.
Stay home and make their money. Yeah. So, but you know, for you to usually get out there, it's kind of two things. Either you go viral or you advertise. Everybody's trying to advertise their product, and they got to pay to advertise. Where Hashtiv comes in is, first off, most people do find it very difficult to advertise on most social media platforms because the terminology and the systems and stuff like that and what you're actually getting when you pay is kind of complicated, and it's always tough to really be sure about what you're paying for. You know, I did social media marketing before we started to focus on Hashtiv, and I would have to literally sit down with these businesses, and this was because I wanted them to understand what they're paying me for and spend hours explaining to them how this works, because in the past when they paid people, they'd have no idea what they spent $5,000 on. They'd say, yeah, we paid for it.
I hate when sponsors or investors just invest because someone said it's a good idea and they have not done the market research, nor do they have some type of plan or strategy as to what they're investing in. It's so cheapening, because it makes me feel like if you have a good sales pitch, it doesn't matter whether or not what you're trying to sell works. It's not even about trying to get it to work. It's just about trying to get the investor to just spend their money on this. And so many people have such great ideas with things that work that those investors could have put that money into and made it work, and it would have generated income and an economy and a whole industry. But it's wasted on frauds who come up with these harebrained schemes that initially had no direction to begin with. They never came up with the idea for it to make it to work. They only came up with the idea to get the sponsorship or the investment.
Right, to make it sound good.
Exactly.
It's all about that used car salesman style, you know?
Trying to sell you a broken car that they know that doesn't work, but it's just about getting a sale.
I've had customers where we sat down and went over things, like that own like a restaurant, and we go over things and I break it down to them, and then they tell me something like, "Well, I met this lady," and I'm telling them, probably a good investment on the low end to get you out there is maybe at least $300 a month or something like that. And this is for a large restaurant. I'm saying this is a minimum investment, and they're telling me, "Well, this lady told us she could get us ranked #1 on Google for $200," and I'm like, "Well, if you understand anything I just told you, that is impossible." All
No,
right?
no, not
It
true, not
doesn't
true.
work that.
You know why? You know why? Let Triforce try to tell you exactly how this works. They probably have a connection in Google, right? That can simply do them a favor and put those people's website on Google as the first #1 search engine, and they're charging a person $200. So they're undercutting because they have a connection in someone who works Google. And not only is that unethical, and on more it depends on how you want to really look at it. But it's like
theory.
cutting through.
To be honest, here's my theory. That may be possible, but the other end of that could literally be them saying, okay, they put together a fake non-online page and show it to them and say, see, now you guys are at the top of Google. But it's not going to show up every time. It's based on what people search. I mean, it would be as simple as that, But, I mean, there's a lot of different things that people can do out there. But, when you don't understand something like this, and it's a big space with a lot of money, it's hard for a lot of people, So what Hashtiv has going forward is when we introduce our business section of Hashtiv, advertising is going to be very simplified. I cannot explain that right now in more detail, but it will be very simplified, as simple as when you go and make a purchase online pretty much anywhere else. Now, how we're tying in our cryptocurrency situation into this is first implementing the blockchain for the security and the added technology that it gives us. Now, we're going to launch our own currency. That's what we have open right now. We have our ICO open right now, so anyone can go and buy in.
Okay, so Hashtiv has its own ICO. So what do you call your currency?
So ours is going to be the TI coin, the individual coin.
TY
right?
Or TI?
TI, the individual coin. Just like Hashtiv stands for hash the individual voice.
Oh, so TI coin means the individual coin. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
All right.
So when you look at it, you'll see TIV, you'll see the TIV. That's the ticker. That's a standard thing used on any exchange platform or whatever. It's just like an abbreviation. It's something. So the TIV stands for the individual voice. It's what we decided to use because the TIC was already taken on the exchanges. And since we are going to be on the exchanges, it's important that we have a ticker that's, like Bitcoin's ticker is BTC, So, but okay, so yeah. Now, what happens right now is we have our ICO open. You have the chance to buy in and get your cryptocurrency at a discounted rate, right? Right now, the pre-sale is up. You basically get, and by the way, we extended the pre-sale due to a couple issues with people not being able to get it. There was a fork in Bitcoin the same day we launched. A couple different things held it up, and we decided that going forward, we want to give everyone the chance to get in at the best rate as early as possible. But unlike a lot of ICOs, we basically plan to keep ours open to let everyone buy in. And, we're working on changing the dates and all this stuff and doing some updates to the site that'll basically explain all that stuff. But let me get back to the actual currency. So you buy our coin now. It will automatically be integrated into your wallet, which you have already on your profile with Hashtiv. This is like the first step.
So when you sign up to Hashtiv, you automatically get a wallet?
You automatically have a wallet. Whether if you want to use it or not, it's there. This is the future of finance. It's going in cryptocurrency.
Yes, sir.
We're taking the step to make sure everyone has access to it, because that honestly is one of the first steps in Bitcoin that confuses everyone, is how to get a wallet and how they work and what do you do with it, right? So when you have a wallet for your cryptocurrency, exchanging money is as easy as sending a text message, but insanely secure because you have to have the exact information to send the money from one person to the next. But once you have that, it's easy. And people have to have some very specific information to actually take any money from you. And as long as you keep that secure, like you would any of your other personal information, you're safe. No one can just like hack in and, you know, just grab your money. With Hashtiv, we're going to have two-factor authentication on your wallet for any transaction. So no one, even if your profile gets hacked, they won't be able to like steal your money or anything like that. But now, yeah, so once you buy our coin now, it'll be integrated into your wallet. Right now, it's set as a token sale, right? You don't have to worry about the exchanging of the token for the coin. Once we're ready to integrate that, it'll be integrated. You will have the same amount of coins as you did in tokens. It's 1 for 1. And right now, each token costs what did I say? We're treating it as $1. So if you buy in right now, you're getting a 35% discount. That means you're paying 65 cents for $1. The reason you want our currency is because we will be supporting it on our platform to start with. It will be on all the exchanges so everyone can get it. Well, all the major exchanges that accept it. So everyone has access to get it, and it can be traded, and the value can improve. Because if we don't do that, then it's like we're controlling it. And that's not fair. That's not cryptocurrency when you come to the cryptocurrency market. It has to get out there. We can't control it. We need to allow it like anything else so people can go and sell it for the price they want if they want to. Now, when you buy in, you're going to get it at that discounted rate. But here's the beauty of it. We're treating it as $1. Every token you get is going to be, every coin is going to be treated as $1 on the platform. If you go to buy advertising and you're going to spend $1 in USD or Bitcoin, you're going to get $1 worth of advertising. But if you spend Thai coin, our currency, you will get an extra 25% onto that. So guess what? Right now, when you buy, you're basically paying 65 cents for $1.25. So that is the value right there. Now, some people are going to be like, well, okay, that's for advertising. You know, I'm not advertising. Why do I need it?
Yeah, what about some other stuff? Like, for me, example, I'm a gamer. Let's say I want to buy games and stuff like that so I can continue to keep my YouTube platform running. You know, newer games I get better. Like, what's in it for us? What do you provide us?
So here's the project going forward. Firstly, because we have integrated this wallet and our currency and everyone has access to it now, in order to use the currency, you will have to be verified. You can use the social media platform like any other platform on the basic level, however you want. But when it comes to the currency, we got to take those extra steps of security to remove that anonymity, that suspicion that scares all the major businesses away. So you're going to have to be verified.
So you're using your social media platform. Oh, okay. All right. That's smart. Right. That's smart.
So just like when you're ready to actually spend from your wallet, prior to doing that, you will need to get verified, just like when you go to the bank and get verified. Okay?
All right. Well, now, okay, go on. I'll let you finish first. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, once you've done that, now you can spend it on advertising if you want. But we are also going to be bringing in other businesses onto the platform, and they will be, if you're on our platform, you'll be accepting our currency. So then, if the local mom and pop store gets on Hashtiv and they're accepting that currency, you can now buy, say, a cup of coffee from them at a discounted rate. You see what I'm saying? You'll be able to make purchases from Hashtiv at that discounted rate. They will encourage you to spend that cryptocurrency because they can then offer you a discounted rate based on what they have already gotten. So that's where you'll be able to buy things, and you'll be able to send and receive money anywhere in the world using Hashtiv, Hashtiv's currency. I can send you some money right now by hopping in my profile, boom, 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 sending it over to you. and pay you for services or donate to your platform because I like your content that you're putting out. It makes it, connects everybody, takes away the anonymity, and then allows all of the other businesses to feel comfortable taking that currency. Because as it is right now, anyone can use, Bitcoin. Anyone can be buying anything with Bitcoin, and it's really hard. So for most platforms, it's really tricky when, for instance, if you're going to buy cryptocurrency right now, like from an exchange, you got to go through some pretty heavy identification processes to be able to buy. And there are still limits on what you can buy because they still got to be sure that you are who you say you are. You know what I mean? That's the anonymity makes it, the identity, it makes it very sketchy for these big businesses. Hashtiv is taking that away. We're adding identity to the cryptocurrency, and we're backing it with something of value, starting with the advertising, but going forward with the other services. We plan to have, I want to say an app store, but something like an app store, applications and things like that, different technology that you'll be buying within Hashtiv on our platform, and a host of other services that are going to be available.
All right, so here's my thing, because, all right, so like, see, I two things, well, actually really three things, but two of them is in one. Once Facebook or like YouTube decides to get into this and back cryptocurrency with their content or pretty much their social media background, they're gonna have some strong currencies.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We're back. Yeah, we just had a hiccup on the internet. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You actually broke up. What was your question again?
Oh, my statement was, what's to stop Facebook or Google from using their massive platform to back up a particular Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency? And is that one of the reasons why you're trying to enter the market with your social media platform before them, because this is the direction that they're going?
Well, I don't know whether or not this is the direction that they're going. They kind of Facebook tried something like this before, and it failed. It wasn't exactly this, but they tried to. Yeah, they tried to do kind of a platform with a token system, basically like Nintendo, more like what you described with Nintendo, and it kind of failed. And also, there's the part of it is the fact that we're building from the ground up with this technology and this plan, this vision. It's a little different for other companies because they have to implement it. So now they have to make sure everything else works properly with it and then go forward. So they have to back up. Say they were going to try and do this. They have to now back up and re-verify all of their customers. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. Make sure they don't have the security breaches and things like that to fix it. With us, we're building from the ground up. We're already planning ahead for this stuff. We're implementing the necessary protocols to take maximum advantage of this technology. That's what makes us better, so to speak. And I think what makes it a lot more difficult for them.
Okay, this is good. I hope Hashtiv goes into a direction where we can use, like, especially for gamers. I can't necessarily say about anything else, but like I would love to use my social media platform in gaming, that where I create content and I'm providing that content out there, and that somehow can generate into cryptocurrency. People can donate to me through cryptocurrency, so to speak, and then I can use that to do business with Hashtiv as it continues to grow.
Yeah, these are definitely plans that we have going forward, is bringing on major retailers so that that can happen.
Okay. All right. Well, here's a question. How does a person? This is my last question too. But how does a person get a TI coin?
Okay. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and Google Hashtiv. with any coin, any token, any ICO. Do your research. Make sure you know who you are. We're established because a lot of people are looking at ICOs as a scam now, right? Make sure you know who you're giving your money to. Once you've done that and you realize that we are an established social media platform, we have an address that is verifiable, you know, and we have apps on Apple Store, apps on the Google Store. Hopefully you feel safe enough to invest that money. You see that this is not some kind of pump and dump type of situation where we're going to run away with your money.
Yeah.
That would be the first step. Get the knowledge. Next step, make sure you get your Hashtiv profile. Get on Hashtiv, sign up, get your profile so you have your wallet. Second is you're going to need to get some cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, because that's what we're accepting for this purchase. We have to do that right now to prevent people from, say, stealing credit card information and buying it, because with cryptocurrency, once it's transferred, it's transferred. We couldn't necessarily take it back if it was a fraudulent transaction right now. So you would need to get the cryptocurrency. Now, for people who do want to make purchases via US dollars, they can contact us directly on Hashtiv so we can discuss that and go through a verification. These are for people trying to make large purchases. That option is available. All right? But once you have your spending money, and keep in mind, this is no different from like Ethereum. When you invested in their ICO, you had to use Bitcoin to buy in. Okay? Now, once you've taken the second step and gotten your currency to buy in, you're going to go to hashtiv.io. That's our ICO site. Get on there. Feel free to look through the information and then hit buy token. You're going to sign in with your Hashtiv platform, and the rest is pretty much the same process as doing any other purchase online. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you can always reach us on Hashtiv. But that's it. That's the process. Are you there, Triforce?
Oops, I'm sorry, I had myself muted. Do you have a program, well, not program, but like a short web commercial that pretty much instructs people on how to do it, much like how I have this the Hashtiv wallet promo running in the background? Very simple, straight to the point. It gives people how to do it. Do you have anything like that that I could put in when I'm streaming so that it can help advertise to get people to go there and set up their Hashtiv wallet and then their coin?
We do not have that right now. What we do have is a video on exactly how the Hashtiv currency would work. We have a brief video of that, which is on our YouTube channel. But we can put together something like that. Ideally, if they go to hashtiv.io, the process will work itself out. They'll have to go to hashtiv.io, and it'll show them that they need to sign in with their Hashtiv profile, because those tokens are going straight into your Hashtiv wallet on your profile.
Oh, okay. So all they have to do is just go to hashtiv.io, and it's pretty much self-explanatory, and it'll help them
from there.
Okay,
yeah,
from there. Oh,
yeah,
all right.
But that's a good idea, and we will put together something like that, because we're going to be extending our dates to allow everyone the opportunity to get in. It can't be forever, of course, because then there would be no value. It has to stop at some point. But we're extending it to allow everyone to get in. Oh, you know what? A quick thing I forgot to mention. I forgot a step in the value process that I want people to understand.
All right.
This is pretty important because, like I said, a lot of people buy tokens thinking they're going to get that Bitcoin or Ethereum explosion, right? What actually happens is the coin comes out and immediately everyone is like, I want to get my money. And they go out and sell. And the price starts going down because one guy's like, oh shit, it's $10. I'm going to sell for $9 so I can get my money really fast. The other guy's like, it's $9. I'm going to sell for $8 because I want to get my money really fast. And then next thing you know, it's less than 1/10 of a penny. It dives. That happens to almost all of them. If anybody looks into this, they will see it happening, right? So here's how Hashtiv is making sure your money maintains its value. Once we launch and people are actually able to exchange that money, of course, the currency that will be spent to Hashtiv, we have to put back on the exchange. We have to sell back to the exchange to keep it in circulation. Okay? If the value is going anywhere below $1, we will always put it in at $1 to bring that value back up. As less and less people have it, the value goes back up. That stands true for all cryptocurrency. A problem with a lot of them is there's so much available that they cannot do that. It's just widely available and everyone has it, like Dogecoin. There's so much Dogecoin available, it's ridiculous. It has no value whatsoever. But we will maintain that value. Now, as the value goes upward, which is really the only logical step for a structure like we have, we will put it back into the market at that price. We won't put it higher because our job is not to drive it up. Our job is to maintain it. The system will drive it up based on how people see the value of the company. So more people will want it because they understand that this is a currency I can use with a lot of benefits on this new and exploding social media platform. So we will put it back in at the same rate so people can continue to get it and it continue to circulate. But if it's ever dropping, we will always make sure it never goes under that dollar value. And that's pretty important. Most people don't have the ability to do that. Now, we're not gonna try to control it anything beyond that, beyond keeping it above $1. And that's because we care about your money. We don't want you to lose your money.
Well, and if you, as long as you take care of the people and take care of the value of their money, the people are going to reciprocate and want to work more with you to help expand your money. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was just pretty important, and I wanted to get that out there. But other than that, I think we covered everything. If you have any more questions.
No, that's pretty much it. Like my mentality, my mentality here is I'm a visionary. I like to look forward. What is going to be the future? And I've been watching, and the U.S. dollar has been going down. This guy's been trying to introduce the Amero for like the last 15 years now, and all this other stuff. And the only direction that we're going, because society is going in the direction of technology. We're going in the direction of technology for business, technology for mailing, technology for banking, technology for gaming, technology for entertainment. It's all about technology. So technology for money, that's where we're going. So I want to see myself to start investing my money into electronic money. And it has to have a value behind it. So for me, I want to find a platform or foundation that's going to maintain the value of my money. I need something to back my money up, because that's what all money really is, whether it's electronic or it's paper. It's about what is the value behind it. And when you look at a lot of money these days, outside of money that's backed up by precious metals, a lot of money, realistically, dare I say this, are worthless. There's absolutely nothing behind it. The only thing that that gives any value to it is the circulation whatsoever. That's about it.
You're 100% right. And you know what people are going to say? People are going to say things like, well, the money is backed by gold. Gold is no different from that money. Gold is a mineral that comes out the ground, and we like it because it's shiny and it has some malleable properties that makes it good in some technology. But realistically, it's a rock. It's akin to a rock. It's whatever you want to say it's worth is what it's worth. If you don't care about gold, you can throw it away. You can say, oh, you like that? You can have it for $1. It's what you say it's worth.
The only things on planet Earth that has an actual financial value to it: food, water, and air. That is it. Those are the only three, because we need that to survive, or we are going to die.
Yep, that's actually a pretty good point. Yep.
And they found a way to monetize air through air conditioning. They found a way to monetize water by privatizing water. And now they found a way to monetize food by stealing the original seeds and then genetically modifying the foods so that the food can be privatized. Ah, yes, the genius behind these guys.
Hey, if you want to get into a GMO conversation on another stream, we can. I'm all about that. I can back up the GMO side of things. We can talk about that. We can talk about that on another stream another day.
Yeah, we can. Those are one of our late night streams when we get into the things outside of gaming. So whenever you're ready at a late night time, we would love to have you back on. And I'd love to have you back on, period, for other conversations regarding Hasha. But Niah, thank you for coming on. I love to have you back on again. I love having these conversations because with our organization, with our community, it is about progress. It's about constructive and productive conversations that will help advance us as gamers to move forward into gaming and whatever platforms or opportunities that we can to move forward in gaming. And this was most definitely one of those conversations. CryptoCurrency, you will definitely see me investing some of the money that I make through the contributions and the work that I do here in gaming to be converted over into cryptocurrency. A wise man, Dr. Claude Anderson for Black Economics, once told me it is never wise to have all of your financing in one form of finance. It is good to have them in multiple, because when one financial pillar falls, you'll have money in another and you'll be able to maintain yourself. So I want to be able to I definitely want to be able to do that, and I want to be able to get that message across to the people of the Empire Arcadia community, throughout the esports gaming community, and the people that I work with. So thank you for coming on and explaining this, and I look forward to having you again.
All right, definitely, man. I appreciate it.
All right. So guys, this was CTO of Hashchiv, Niah Mason, aka Niah Busa, and we will have him back on another time. Look forward to doing some more streaming. We'll be back later on tonight with some more Mario Odyssey, and later on tonight with Dragon Ball Super episode 113. Take care, guys.